New at 6, a North Texas sheriff goes on social media saying the terror attack in the UK could have been prevented. Tonight, he's defending his controversial comments.
Plus, a warning for parents, a spike in deaths from synthetic marijuana. The warning health experts want you to hear.
You're watching NBC 5 News at 6.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Brian Curtis.
And I'm Meredith Land. Thank you for joining us. We begin with the newest information in the Manchester apparent terrorist attack at an Ariana Grande concert. British Prime Minister Theresa May raised UK's terror threat level and deployed soldiers to patrol key sites. 22 people were killed, another 59 injured. The suicide bomber, identified as 22-year-old Salman al-Bedi, launched his attack near an exit of the arena as the concert was ending. New at 6, a North Texas sheriff is now defending statements he made about the Manchester attack. Denton County Sheriff Tracy Murphy took to Facebook last night. His comments, some say, blame the victims and demonize the Muslim faith.
But the sheriff says that is not what he intended. We have live team coverage tonight. Our Kevin Coakley is live on the security presence here in North Texas. But
we begin with NBC5's Meredith Yeomans. Meredith, you spoke with Denton County Sheriff about his controversial comments. What does he have to say?
Yeah, here it is, Denton offices. The sheriff told me he was upset last night watching the news and how parents were having to frantically search for their kids after the terror attack. He shared some of that anger on social media in what some are now calling an Islamophobic rant. Islamic jihadists are among us and want to kill you, committed to forcing you to convert or die.
And I stand behind it.
Just some of the statements Denton County Sheriff Tracy Murphy made on Facebook, statements that he says have been misinterpreted.
I've been accused of being a racist and being perpetuating hate.
The post has racked up hundreds of comments, created backlash in an area known to go with the flow.
I was shocked, and I don't trust that he is going to treat everyone equally under the law, and that really worries me.
We just got to be careful with the words that you choose, especially if you have a position.
It's scary.
Sheriff Murphy told us being too politically correct is exactly why he wrote the post in the first place.
We need to be realistic about the world we live in.
A world where he says terror attacks are becoming a fact of life. In his post, he warns Americans to, quote, wake up to what's happening in Manchester, adding, quote, this is what happens when you disarm your citizens and when you open your borders without properly vetting.
A lot of folks want to make it a race issue, and to me it's not a race issue, it's a public safety issue.
Perspective from a man who's worn a badge for 25 years, finding out firsthand words are a powerful weapon. Tonight, the Council on American Islamic Relations is calling on the sheriff to reaffirm his commitment to equal justice. The sheriff telling me those comments were directed at terrorists, not the entire Islamic faith, and that he has received a lot of support. You can read it for yourself and decide. You can find that entire post on our website right now at NBCDFW.com. Live tonight in Denton, Meredith Yeomans, NBC5.
Thank you, Meredith. Thousands of people are expected at a big concert at the American Airlines Center in Dallas tonight. New Kids on the Block, Paula Abdul, and Boys to Men are all set to take the stage. And there seems to be extra security. Our Kevin Coakley continues our live team coverage from the AAC. Kevin?
I've been watching over my shoulders because these doors should just about be ready to open. They open at 6 o'clock tonight, just a couple of minutes late. But security here is already visibly tighter. Everyone entering the building has to go through metal detectors and get their bags searched. Now, that's normal procedure here at the American Airlines Center. But the AAC says that it reviewed security procedures and made a few adjustments, although they won't say exactly what. Although they did add some barricades at the entrances to keep any cars from driving into the crowd through those big glass doors. Still, concert goers here say they do feel safe.
I feel very safe right here. I'm sure there's a good guy. There's a Dallas police officer right there that I'm very thankful for.
Yep.
And so I feel very safe. I'm very thankful for...
The city of Dallas
does a great job at protecting us.
And sure enough, the concert doesn't start for another hour and a half at 7:30, and they have now just opened the doors back there to start letting people into the building. The concert's going to wrap up about 10:30 or 11 o'clock tonight, but these new security measures put in place after that incident in England, they're likely to stay around for much, much longer. Live in Dallas, Kevin Coakley, NBC5.
Thank you, Kevin, and stay with NBC5 for continuing coverage on the Manchester attack. We'll have the very latest on NBC5 News at 10 and right now on NBCDFW.com. You can read more about the bomber and the extra precautions the UK's Prime Minister is putting into effect.
Did you see this earlier? Strong winds whipped around planes like toys. Texas Sky Ranger was over Denton Enterprise Airport earlier today.
Quite a sight right now. The S-band radar is heating up a bit. Chief Meteorologist David Finfrock is tracking some rain. David?
Yeah, the showers moving through, nothing like what we saw overnight in Denton there. Over an inch of rain, a lot of hail, and the latest report after the storm survey was done by the National Weather Service, wind gusts of maybe 70 to 75 miles per hour there in Denton. We have nothing like that now. The showers are tapering off. Now, there is still a severe thunderstorm watch in some of our southeastern counties, but for the Dallas-Fort Worth area, things are really calming down. A few sprinkles still lingering in parts of the area. I'll have the latest on our forecast and how much cooler it's going to get tonight coming up.
We'll see in a bit. Thank you, David. And you can track storms on our S-band radar 24/7 by using the NBC DFW app. It is free in the App Store.
Right now, a Tarrant County jury is deliberating in the case of a Fort Worth police officer who says he accidentally shot a man while on duty. Officer Courtney Johnson faces a charge of aggravated assault by a public servant for the 2015 incident where he shot Gregory Adams in the arm. NBC5's Larry Collins on the tense moments in court today.
It's a day that started with drama in the courtroom, quite literally, as Officer Courtney Johnson is asked to reenact exactly what happened using the same gun he fired, hitting Gregory Adams in the arm.
I say turn around and get on your knees, puts his hand down. So I tell him, turn around and get on your knees. He doesn't do it, so that's when I hit the action release.
While on the stand, Johnson admitted the shooting was not justified. There was not an immediate threat, even though Adams had a barbecue fork, which he did drop when prompted.
This was an unintentional discharge.
To which prosecutors questioned why the officer disobeyed training by disengaging the safety and half-racking the gun, when he admittedly had not made the conscious decision to shoot.
Then where is the incentive for the officers to follow their training? And where's the protection for the rest of us?
The defense asking jurors to put themselves in the officer's shoes.
You cannot recreate the amount of stress that you could feel in reality for the police officers when they come to a situation not knowing whether or not they could potentially die.
The state telling jurors to send a message to police officers that incidents like this are not permitted. The defense countering quickly with a warning. Be careful what message is actually sent. Larry Collins, NBC5.
And this is the first time in 15 years a police officer has stood trial for shooting someone while on duty in Tarrant County.
A big step in the effort to fix the financially troubled Dallas Police and Fire Pension Fund. The Texas Senate unanimously passed a bill designed to save the system. Now, without the bill, the fund would go broke in 10 years. The bill now goes back to the House, where members also have to pass that plan.
I'm Bianca Castro. Tonight, a warning from poison control experts, synthetic marijuana and your children, why cases of abuse might be on the rise.
Plus, the new plan to help Texas students who can't afford to pay lunch in schools, how you can help.
On news, drugs, a mistake could cost defensive end David Irving 4 games in the regular season. I've got details later in sports.
And a programming note, don't miss the season finale of NBC's The Voice. It's tonight at 8. That's followed by NBC5 News at 10. We have a health alert tonight and a warning for parents. Synthetic marijuana, or K2, popular among some teenagers, is becoming stronger and more powerful.
Poison control experts say they are expecting more cases, some with deadly consequences, as summertime approaches. Our health reporter Bianca Castro has the warning.
Do they know what kind of chemicals or just in general?
Inside the call center at the North Texas Poison Center at Parkland.
Oh, that's interesting.
Toxicologists like Dr. Sarah Schaefer are ready to help.
Hopefully we can safely sort of get them to a point where they're not under any danger.
But when it comes to K2, she says anything is possible. Designer drug makers are constantly changing their formulas, and she says the new batch of synthetic marijuana on the market right now may be some of the most powerful they've seen. Taking a single hit, she says, is like playing a game of Russian roulette.
You're really gambling when you're taking these because you don't know how much you're taking, you don't know what you're taking, and none of it is regulated.
U.S. poison centers have received 656 reports of exposure to synthetic cannabinoids in the first 4 months of this year. That's according to the American Association of Poison Control Centers.
We'll get a cluster of them.
But doctors say a true picture of overdoses
Nux vomica
and death from K2 use is near impossible to see.
The challenge is that there's so many different substances, so it's hard to even test to see what substance is being used. So someone may buy a package of K2 on the shelf, but we don't really know what they're taking.
Health effects from the drug can include severe anxiety, vomiting, muscle spasms, intense hallucination, and even death. K2 is illegal in Texas. It does have different names. And tests show that you can buy 2 identical bags of the designer drug. They each might contain completely different products. Researchers say one may have no effect on you. The other can lead to your death. Back to you.
All right, Bianca, thank you. New at 6, a bill to stop lunch shaming is dead, but a Dallas representative's fight to help hungry kids continues. DeSoto Representative Helen Giddings announced today in Austin she's partnering with Feeding Texas to raise money for kids whose parents can't afford their school lunches.
It is inconceivable that in schools all over Texas, children who go through the cafeteria lines and discover they have no money in their accounts have their hot lunches taken away and thrown in the trash.
If you would like to learn how you can help, log on to our website, NBCDFW.com, and search Feeding Texas.
Now to Fort Worth, and some good news for people who love to shop. Texas Sky Ranger flew over the shops at Clear Fork, where new stores including Louis Vuitton, Burberry, and Tiffany's are scheduled to open in the fall. All 3 will be located across from Neiman Marcus, which is already open.
New at 6, the Texas House approved a plan today that could shut down Dallas County schools, the troubled school bus contractor in 12 local communities. That legislation was added as an amendment to a bill in the House. It now goes back to the Senate. The proposal would allow Dallas County voters to decide whether to phase out DCS.
Tomorrow night, join us for an NBC5 Investigates special. We are digging into DCS and the millions of dollars of your money they spent on a questionable land deal. Who orchestrated that deal and who profited from it? It's an investigation 3 years in the making. Join us at 6:30 tomorrow night for Big Buses, Bigger Problems, the land deal.
An environmental mystery is happening along the Texas Gulf Coast right now. A virus is attacking endangered sea turtles, leaving some unable to see and eat and putting them at risk of starving to death. The virus only affects one of the 5 types of sea turtles found in Texas, called the green sea turtle. The virus causes massive tumors, some of them the size of softballs. The team at the Texas Sea Life Center of North Padre Island has operated on 20 turtles so far this year and warns the disease may indicate something is changing in the Gulf of Mexico.
Turtles are our, like I said, canaries in the coal mine. They're kind of telling us, hey, there's something going on. There's something that humans are doing to the environment, or there's changes that are going on in the environment that are affecting their health, and certainly it can directly relate to things that may affect us.
Tonight at 10, Kevin Coakley takes us to Padre Island to learn more about the disease and meet the people there working to save those sea turtles.
Forward to seeing that. All right, let's go over to the weather expert desk, check in with the chief. Looks like we got a few raindrops on the lens there, David.
A few, not as many as we did an hour ago. In fact, the rain is just about over now. A couple of little sprinkles showing up on the lens of the camera, but look out on the distant horizon there from Fort Worth, and you can see the sky brightening. We're going to have clearing skies in just a matter of hours. Take a look back over the last couple of hours, though. We have had this light rain drifting in and through the Dallas-Fort Worth area, but notice how it almost all ends just during the past 20 or 30 minutes. And out to the west, you can see the clearing skies advancing through Archer City, Graham, down towards Breckenridge and Ranger. In the Dallas-Fort Worth area, a few sprinkles still around Mansfield, some over towards Rockwall and Levon. But the heavier showers are well to the southeast now, and that severe thunderstorm watch that had been in effect canceled for all of the counties in our viewing area. There was some hail, nickel to quarter size between Elkhart and Grapeland, but those storms are moving away to the southeast, and we see no concerns for anyone in our viewing area this evening. Rainfall, again, was very light at DFW, 5/100ths of an inch. There was a pocket of heavier showers in the TCU area. Denton, of course, had that big storm last night, over an inch of rain there, along with a lot of hail and those 70 to 75 mile per hour wind gusts that flipped those planes at the airport. We made it up to 78 earlier this afternoon, but with the passage of that cold front and the light showers, we dipped to 65 now at DFW, already in the upper 50s out at Possum Kingdom Lake, and it's going to be a cool night for sure. There's still a severe thunderstorm watch here in much of south central, southeast Texas. They are in that warm sector ahead of the front, and it will continue drifting on towards the southeast. So locally, the last of the showers move out. We have clearing skies over the evening hours, and then just a beautiful day tomorrow. Cool in the morning, sunny and mild tomorrow, but then a big warm-up coming Thursday into Friday and Saturday. Saturday evening, we're going to watch. There may be some isolated thunderstorms. If they form, they may be severe in the evening hours, but I don't think there'll be very big coverage. Maybe a better chance of rain Sunday morning when this front moves through, but once it passes, we dry out, and it's looking like a nice Memorial Day for us. Around here, those last sprinkles will be gone within the hour. Look for decreasing clouds tonight, cooler, down to 55 in the morning, and sunshine and 79, low humidity. Just a beautiful day coming up on Wednesday. Thursday morning looks nice, but up to 90 by afternoon, and if that's not hot enough for you, how about 95 Friday and Saturday? Low storm chances late Saturday, better rain chance Sunday morning. I think Memorial Day is looking good, and then maybe some storm chances returning towards the end of next week. So all in all, we've had 7 consecutive days with rain, and at DFW Airport, the grand total is less than half an inch.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Feels like a lot more.
All right, sports director Newey Scruggs joins us now.
A player for the Cowboys could, what, miss time on the field?
Hey, some things just don't change around here, right? All right, seems like another year, another suspension. I have the latest on David Irving, plus the sports boom continues in Frisco. Details after the break.
NBC5 Sports Director Newey Scruggs.
If you are an NFL player, you're responsible for what goes in your body, period. And it's a good thing the Cowboys took defensive end Taco Charlton with their first pick in this year's draft because they're going to need him. Several outlets reporting that defensive end David Irving of the Cowboys is facing a 4-game suspension for violating the league's PED policy. It stems from using an over-the-counter product that he was looking to endorse. Players have a clearinghouse so they can know what is or what isn't okay when it comes to the supplement game. The pending suspension would cause him to miss the first 4 games of the season. He had 4 sacks and had a team-high 26 quarterback pressures last season. Irving's appealing the possible suspension. The Cowboys have not commented on the situation. The NFL's loosening their firm grip on touchdown celebrations like this. Commissioner Roger Goodell said that using the football as a prop, celebrating on the ground, group celebrations, they're now allowed again. But twerking's not allowed. You'll still get a penalty if you go twerk. The NFL also moved the overtime rules from 15 minutes to 10 minutes. The city of Frisco is a big player when it comes to sports. NBC5's Mercedes Owens has more on the newest game in town.
Toyota Stadium here in Frisco is home to FC Dallas, the FCS championship game, and it was announced today that a new event is coming to town.
On behalf of the Walt Disney Company and ESPN Events, we announced the launch of the Frisco Bowl.
The Frisco Bowl will be making its debut this season, and it's an event that has been a part of the Hunt family vision since the very beginning.
Bowl games have a very special place in my heart, and I'm so excited to be able to host one. And the last project I got to do with my dad while he was still alive. I have the great benefit and pleasure of working here every day, and I see his genius and his understanding of putting the fans first.
The Dallas Cowboys, the Dallas Stars, the Frisco Rough Riders, and even the FCS championship game have all found a home in Frisco, but not by coincidence.
In a work session back in 2010, we were just given the title by Men's Journal as the best place to raise an athlete. And we decided in that work session that that was a title that we were going to own.
College football fans won't have to wait long. The very first Frisco Bowl will be played right here, December 20th, 2017. Mercedes Owens, NBC 5 Sports.
The Rangers are in Boston taking on the Red Sox right now. The game is in the second inning. We have no score. We'll have highlights for you tonight at 10. And finally tonight, the TCU men's basketball team was honored by the Tarrant County Commissioner's Court this morning. The Horned Frogs had a dramatic turnaround under Jamie Dixon his first year, and they won the NIT championship.
Obviously, in coming back to TCU, a real goal of mine was to make the city of Fort Worth, our alumni and our students proud of their basketball program. So this is a great step in that direction.
Remember, the NFL, you can celebrate, but you can't twerk.
No twerking, David. No twerking, David.
You can't twerk on the weather wall either.
Twerking,
You see him,
right?
he's right here. All right.
Got it.
Thanks. New at 6. North Texas high school students trying to go viral tonight with a lipped-up video posted on YouTube. 1,800 students and 45 school clubs came together to make this video happen.
Get this. There were only 2 takes to make the nearly 6-minute video featuring Bruno Mars' hit 24 Karat Magic. You can watch the video in full on our website, NBCDFW.com. Looks fun.
I know. I wanted to go viral.
Nobody's twerking in that thing. You notice that?
That's what
Don't
they
do
didn't
it.
show you on camera earlier. You were twerking at the weather wall.
I'm itching to.
When this show's over, he will. I can tell you that. I can tell you that.
On that note, we better end this. Thank you for joining us, everyone.
Extras coming up next. See you at 10.
Family show day.
NBC 5 News at 10, weeknights.